All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All right, welcome back in. Hour number 2, OTB Tuesday morning. Jake Flynn, Alondra Taylor, all here with you. 2 more hours to go. And we're going to start off hour number 2 with the OTB Top 25. A quick recap as we make our way down to number 16. At 25, the Boise State Broncos. At 24, the Memphis Tigers. At 23, the Baylor Bears. At 22, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. At 21, the Tennessee Vols. At 20, the Iowa State Cyclones. At 19, the Texas 8-4 Aggies. At number 18, the Indiana Hoosiers. At 17, the Ole Miss Rebels. And at number 16 on the OTB Top 25, Taylor.
We are going to keep it in the Southeastern Conference. We are going with everyone's favorite, the Florida Gators at number 16. So they're top 10 in the country in terms of...
You're just disappointed Matt so much.
Who'd you think I was going with?
I don't know.
He wanted you to put Texas so
Texas.
bad.
I foreboded this, as you said, in hour 1.
Foreboded it.
We already did this. Look, they're top 10 in the country in terms of returning production.
Yep.
13 starters from a year ago. 4 starters returning on the offensive line. That's big, including Jake Slaughter, who might be the best center in all of college football. Hayden Hansen's back. Of course, DJ Lagway. Now, Lagway had an up-and-down first season, 12 touchdowns, 9 picks, but you saw the flashes of the ability. Everyone's super high on Lagway coming into the year. Also, Eugene Wilson is back, and he's not even considered a returning starter because he only played 4 games because of injury. He had 266 receiving and a touchdown. But 2 years ago when he played double-digit games, he had almost 600 yards receiving. Eugene Wilson can play some football. He'll be a good weapon out wide. They got 4 starters returning in their secondary. Devin Moore, Jordan Castle, Sharif Denson, and Bryce Thornton. 6 returning starters on defense as a whole. But, guys, Jaden Ball is going to be a stud. You saw him last year, kind of as that number 2 back. But he took over late in the year, 673 yards rushing, 7 rushing touchdowns, but over 5 yards per carry. He's going to be awesome in this Florida offense behind that really good offensive line. The only reason I cannot rank the Florida Gators any higher, it's because of that schedule. We talked about LSU playing 7 ranked teams in the top 25. Florida does as well. It's Florida, LSU, Mississippi State, Oklahoma. Those are the teams that play kind of the toughest schedules in the country. So Florida starts out Long Island and South Florida. They should be 2-0. This next stretch is brutal. At LSU, at Miami, home against Texas, on the road against Texas A&M. That is a brutal 4-game schedule early in the season. Now, they do have Mississippi State at home, but then you go Georgia, at Kentucky, at Ole Miss, Tennessee, Florida State to close it out. Not easy by any means, but look, we said that this was going to be a 5-7 team a year ago because they had such a tough schedule back in 2024, and they were able to manage it. Billy Napier was able to kind of get things right with a returning quarterback. I think Florida, pretty good team overall, 16th in the country.
Yeah, you're right about Trey Wilson. Yeah, his government name is Eugene, but if your name's Eugene, you'd go by Trey as well. He is Eugene Wilson III. He is somebody that is very, very dynamic. He's been injury prone though. The first 2 years of his career, if you'll remember, he was the guy that his freshman year against Utah, they got called for a penalty because they had 2 number 3s on the field. He was one of the number 3s for
he
Florida.
Gets number 3s, Trey.
He
gets
sure.
number 3. It's the other guy's fault.
Florida does have 3 starting quality running backs, I think, on this team. Is going to be a big part of their identity. Defensively, edge rusher is going to be something to pay attention to. Obviously, Jack Pyburn is here at LSU, who can step up at that position for the Florida Gators. The schedule is brutal, but, I mean, just like you said, Tay, we didn't think that they would win the games they did down the stretch a year ago. This team is going to go, though, as far as DJ Lagway can take them. More than any team maybe in the country outside of South Carolina, quarterback is going to be everything for them. If Harrison Bailey is leading the Florida Gators, they are a 5-win, maybe 6-win at best team. DJ Lagway is leading them. They got a chance to maybe win 9 games. So
best team.
It is his health is a concern. And not even like this latest calf injury. I think it's just
The overall body of work,
him being able to go out there all 12 regular season games.
But what is it? He had to miss the game last year, and Aiden Warner played quarterback for Florida. He was awful. He missed all of spring with an arm injury. Now he has a calf injury that developed last week. Like, that's why we were talking to begin the show. Is he a little injury prone? We'll see. But look, if he's out there, he didn't even have to be a world beater because I think he's got a lot of talent around him. Trey Wilson, Jaden Ball, in my opinion, one of the best running backs in the conference, or at least has the potential to be. So Florida's got all the pieces.
He needs some milk.
He does. He does.
Get some calcium in there.
He does. He needs a gallon a day.
He just grew too much.
Did his dad not make him drink milk at every dinner growing up like mine did?
He wasn't drinking
Spaghetti,
a gallon a day.
milk. Hamburgers, milk.
Gross.
Tater tot casserole, milk.
I feel like this day
Hot
and
dogs,
age,
chili dogs, milk.
There's a war on milk right now. Is there a war on milk
love
out there?
Oh,
I need to buy a cow. We drink so much milk
So
at our house.
I have never been a fan of milk.
Oh, I love it.
So
I
That's
don't
my
drink
favorite
it. Yeah, recreationally.
there's been like a perpetual war on milk on my end, but
Growing up. Oh
I drink
my
it. I
gosh.
drink it
I don't
with
drink it anymore.
PB&J's.
I do.
PB&J and milk, I'm good with.
Here's
That's the
the
only thing I
problem.
drink it with.
I grew up drinking milk. I drank like a gallon a day in high school.
Oh my
I would
God.
order it like we'd go to a Mexican restaurant. I'd order a glass of milk.
That's so
It was
nasty.
just that's what we did.
Milk with spaghetti is really
But
good.
I went through
I
this
got
period of
stomach to
time
steal.
as a grown up, like where I didn't drink any milk.
yeah.
And then when I tried to go back to it, it would mess my stomach up. And I think that you have these enzymes in your stomach, and then if you don't use them, you lose them.
Hey, you
Absolutely.
Were,
Let
for
me
the
tell y'all
most part,
something.
You were pretty healthy in your career too. for the most part.
Nothing certifies milk being what you need to be drinking. Like Hunt Palmer saying milk is atrocious in the Bayou 4 chat. That lets me know
if that's not
that
an
I am
endorsement
doing
for milk.
exactly
Terrible
what
take.
I need to be doing.
If that's not an endorsement
Drinking
for milk.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we go through like 2 gallons every
Yep.
day and a half.
People always give me the
Our
argument about, I talk about milk, and they're like, well, nobody drinks milk. It's not actually that healthy. You know why? Because, humans are the only animal on Earth that drink it past infancy. And I'm like, yeah, we're also the only animals on Earth that can,
We're
read and
civilized.
do things.
Yeah.
Talk
Like,
and
and make medicines and drive cars
Get out of here.
and
Hoot.
talk. Yeah.
I don't have like
Little
an
League
argument
baseball
against.
player.
Yeah, I don't have an argument against milk other than I just don't like it. So that's stupid.
Dev, I drink a glass of chocolate milk every night. Shout out, Dev.
There we
Hold the
go.
mayo.
Let's
Oh.
go.
you were asking about this yesterday. Somebody in the chat just reminded me. Saw this. We're talking about the Florida Gators. LSU Florida week 3, bringing back the gold game this year.
Oh, let's go.
Did we speak that into
So
existence?
Maybe we
it,
did.
It got announced yesterday, and we were talking about it on Friday.
Yeah. Did we say
Yeah,
we wanted
they
it or
had
we
to-
didn't?
Yeah,
want it?
because you said what happened to the gold
Yeah.
game. 'Cause
Yeah.
All right.
We were complaining
Shout out.
that
they were
Credit
like,
to myself.
QB1 speaks, and
Yeah.
Credit to
everybody
myself, people.
delivers.
I know.
week 3, LSU Florida in Tiger Stadium
Right.
gold game.
We dabbing?
The dad dab. That's
You
what
had-
it,
that was
Dad's
a
back?
clean dab.
like
it was
any,
pretty clean.
Yeah,
I used to
well,
have-
with dads, it's always there.
Yeah.
Anytime we get that's a good question on off campus, me or EJ in the Zoom. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
I
what
like
you
that.
need to start
Oh,
doing.
you brought
Yeah.
it there too?
No, we started like a long time ago.
Yeah, right here.
About
Dang, Matt,
about
you
3
stole that?
About 3 years ago.
I had a shirt that had Cam Newton dabbing on it back in the day.
Isn't that his logo for his podcast?
Is it?
Fourth and One.
That's
it's
awesome.
him dabbing. I'm pretty sure.
I need to find that
Here,
shirt.
Can we get
Look,
some?
I'm telling y'all, I find him to be highly entertaining.
Who, Cam?
Newton.
Yes.
Yeah, I like Cam.
absolutely.
Like electric.
Yeah.
I love when he's arguing with somebody because he doesn't like just automatically like yell or like come out too strong. It is very like thought out, and the way he delivers it is really good.
Yeah.
It's very thought out, very like subtle and subdued, but also disrespectful at the same time. It's
No,
great.
Jake, the
That's how I
logos-
want to
good.
be.
Yeah,
the logos,
right.
That's how I want to be.
the logos of the
Oh, the
Superman.
Superman?
Ah,
that's
I
right.
got it
For
right
some
here.
reason, I thought like in my head, I thought it was like the dab. It needs to be an alternate version of the logo.
Can we get some OTB logoed shirts that just say "Good question" on it? That's what I want.
I told you.
we can
Stone
look.
got a
We
good
can
question
get. We can
yesterday.
get Marler holding his arm up
Oh, yes.
with the good question on there.
That would actually be great.
Because Marler got a good question at Media Day.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
else did.
Dang
Shout
right.
out to
Matt got
Marler.
several.
Yesterday?
You did.
Oh,
at
this
media
Matt.
days.
I thought you meant
Yeah.
the other. I thought you meant Moscona.
Oh, he got a good question yesterday from
Yeah,
Blake
that's
Baker.
what I thought, yeah.
Come on, Blake.
We all know. We all know Scone slipped him a 20 before the
Yeah,
press
he was like,
conference.
That's right.
make sure you say good question.
When I ask this question,
We don't
make
need,
sure.
We don't need Matt to get on this leaderboard.
No, I mean, you're on. You're
I mean, you're on
leading
top.
the way.
I mean,
You're at the top of the
Stratosphere.
leaderboard.
Good stuff. Good, clean fun. Good, clean fun.
This is good, clean fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, milk sucks.
Carson says, "I love that My High hat. Which one? Huh?
Ew.
Milk
I'm actually promoting the company because I keep mine forwards.
Yeah.
This one, when he gets locked in, he's like Sly Stallone, and over
That
the
is-
top, he turns it around backwards.
That's how you know he's locked in.
Who is it in the chat that is like names all my every time I turn my head a different ways? Which
I think
is
it's
like
Daniel Blunt.
Daniel.
I think.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone?
Of course.
Okay. Have you two Utes?
I have not
I haven't seen it.
seen a lot of Sly movies, not that one.
So you don't know Bill Hurley.
Mm-mm.
It's disappointing. Could I get y'all? Could I encourage
What year
y'all
was
to
that
watch
movie?
it?
Little homework?
Late 80s.
I mean,
I'll watch it.
in the words
If it's
of
on something, I'll watch
Bro,
it.
I watched the 3 director's cut Lord of the Rings because T-Bob asked me to. I'll watch the Sylvester Stallone movie.
True.
in the words of Garrett Nussmeier, is it even my generation?
Yeah.
That was disrespectful.
When
It
speaking
felt-
about Varsity Blues.
It did feel a little
It was
disrespectful.
disrespectful.
Like, you didn't have to come out with that question.
I know.
It came out a little hot, Garrett.
Oh,
know.
so Varsity Blues is on Netflix, and over the weekend I was like, Victoria, I know we're doing tonight. We're watching
Yeah.
Varsity Blues. I was like,
It's
you
on
can
Netflix
never-
right now?
Yeah, they brought it on.
Oh, my gosh. I
They
think it's
brought it
time for my
on.
oldest son to
I think they brought it on last week.
go to West Canaan.
Become a
Bo.
man.
Y'all aren't real Varsity Blues fans. I have it on DVD.
I certainly had it on DVD as well.
I think I had it on VHS.
I'm
see.
going to say the only person that had at least seen Varsity Blues was Blake Shapen from Shreveport Evangel, 3-1 Grape. Just saying.
Had he seen it?
He said he did.
Or did he say he had heard of it?
No, he said, I've seen it. He's like, I don't know it well enough to know the characters anymore.
Well, then
but
you hadn't seen it.
He said
What, he
he'd seen
saw
it.
it as in
So-
elementary school or something?
I did.
It's on Prime
Not
Video,
elementary, but I was 14.
so I can watch this.
So Evangel, yeah, elementary school, 14.
Yeah, what's the name of this again? What's the name of it again?
Over the Top. It's on Prime Video.
Oh, it is? Yeah. Yes. Yes. I
What came out first?
wish I would have had a camera. It was either Hunt or Marler. I think it was Hunt. When I asked him, that was right there, and the disappointment Witt had to tell me that he had not seen Varsity Blues, it hurt him.
I know.
It hurt him bad. Cut deep.
So he knew he messed up.
And if him and his brothers and all the other fellow meatheads sat down, they would love it.
Yeah, if they're not,
That should be a team bond.
they have the
I think so,
ultimate
too.
qualifications for being a guy that would have seen it.
Yes, I know.
He's literally IRL tweeter.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. He was disappointed and sad, but still had a smile on his face somehow. Love that guy.
So does Blake Baker.
yeah.
Blake Baker said the Weeks boys, you'd let them marry your daughter.
Yeah.
He now that can be a part of a real conversation. He loves West Weeks too.
Yeah, he does.
Like anytime
Well-
that you bring up Witt, he makes sure that he also talks about West Weeks.
Look, man, you go out there at fall practice. Witt ain't the only one on the starting defense right now. So
He mentioned West, like, being back there, probably starting.
If anybody knows the Blake Baker audio from yesterday, it is Alondra. So during the break, we'll ask her which one we need to go out here and play. So we'll have that for you when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, if you want to travel to the first game against the Clemson Tigers, not only in style, but I mean just Ric Flair, style and profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, wheeling and dealing, Rolex wearing, son of a gun, you need to go to ascend-travel.com. They plan so you can fan. We are talking transportation to and from the game, which is typically a huge headache. Exclusive tailgates, hotel, travel like to Clemson, South Carolina. right? If you want to travel on a private jet, they have that option for you. They have every option laid out, different packages, different plans. Go to ascend-travel.com.
Yeah, proud partners of LSU Athletics. They have the All-American package, which is premium hotel accommodations, game day transportation, tailgate, game tickets, and then they have the Heisman package with that private jet. Oh, yeah, fly in style. Let them book the entire trip for you. You can just show up, have a good time, and cheer on the Tigers. Ascend-travel.com.
I would have given you all of my heart, but there's someone who's torn it apart, and he's taken just all that I had. But if you wanna try to love again, baby, I'll try to love again, but I know.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
That is the deepest. Baby, I know the first cut is the deepest. But when it comes to being lucky, he's cursed. And when it comes to loving me, he's worst. I still want you by my side, just to help me dry the tears that I've cried.
All right, welcome back in.
I'm sure
OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. You know what? They say we don't play audio enough on the show. Every other show likes to just say, hey, we got that audio of this coach saying this. You know what? So we're going to play some audio. We are going to do it probably for the first time. Here is Blake Baker, LSU's defensive coordinator on the Weeks brothers.
It's a lot of fun. Those three brothers are they're fun to coach. Zach's like a lot of freshmen. He's probably getting coached a lot meaner than the other two, but that just comes with the territory. But those three guys, especially the two older ones, that have been in here, man, great leaders. All the stuff that they do from a tangible standpoint, what's more impressive is how they carry themselves off the field. They do everything the right way. They're the type of guys, when you want your daughter to marry, and I don't say that lightly. I think those three guys are phenomenal young men. Obviously, their play on the field speaks for itself, but what they do off the field and how they carry themselves and the job that David and Aaron have done raising them it's fun to coach. There's not a lot of high maintenance with those three.
So look, we don't play a lot of audio, but I wanted to play that one, all jokes aside, because I think the Weeks brothers are exactly kind of what LSU they needed and they continue to need. I think you need, and I'm not, like when I use this term, y'all know like this truly does mean something to me. Like they needed some meatheads. They needed some guys that are like all about the school they're playing for. They're going to do literally whatever it takes. They're going to put their body on the line. They don't really care what happens to themselves as long as it's good for the team. I think about Wes Weeks last year. He could have helped this football team, but he had some injuries, and he wasn't able to get on the field for a bulk of the season. And once he got healthy, he had a decision he had to make. And it was one that he had to sit out some games because he knew he could come back this year. He knew he could use that year as a redshirt year and come back and play with both of his brothers and give LSU everything he had. And I'm sure that was difficult for him. I'm sure he wanted to get out there for the two games that he probably could have. And so this is somebody that is ready for this moment. We know what Weeks is all about. He's at SEC Media Days. He's on every preseason All-American list. But, look, you bring in Taylor's cousin Sharp to play tight end. You bring in Pyron, an edge rusher, and they are like, the ultimate meatheads. And you can't, like the wait staff, you ask them about them and they're like, they light up and they just start smiling. I think that's good to have some of those guys that are just like, hey, we're all about ball.
Yep.
We're all about being mean, nasty, tough, the physicality of it. So, that's a group of guys that I'm looking forward to seeing how it all plays out for them.
Yeah, and they're not a group of guys. They walk into a room and they strike you as like, man, those are big, intimidating dudes, right?
Right.
Like physically talented, but but like not the baddest dude in the room, like just from like a stature standpoint. But guys that you have to have on a team. I look back at the defense last year. You know, Witt would be the unquestioned, to me, like emotional, spiritual leader of a defense. And a defense last year that, you know, by LSU standards over the last 20 years, not great, but with the talent they had, what they were working with, overachieved and played at times better than what maybe the roster from top to bottom said. Because they played hard. They played with their hair on fire. That's what was so frustrating in previous years. And I know we don't want to keep bringing up the MH name, a defensive coordinator, but like the previous years it was frustrating to watch because you saw talent on the field. You saw this and that, but schematically wasn't good. And then it just looked like the defense didn't play hard.
Yeah.
It would just like they'd give up on tackles. They would give up on blocks. If they got blocked up, they would give up. They wouldn't like it. It was just missing something. Well, the Weeks brothers and Witt last year being that leader, like you saw something different. You saw like a switch happen.
Yeah.
You saw, all right, we are gonna play with our hair on fire. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna play crazy. We are going to play with effort. And if we lose, it's not gonna be because we didn't give everything that we had and played with our hair on fire. And everybody, I think we're all extremely happy with the job that Blake Baker has done. But you got to have those guys. Man, the Weeks brothers like are the epitome of that. That we are going to play. And now this year going into it, they have those pieces. They did well in the transfer. You have all those pieces. You brought them in. You got more talent. So you put that on the field with that intensity, with that effort that we just talked about that they showed last year. I think they have a chance to, I don't know how special or not they can be as a unit, but I know they're going to be pretty damn good.
I think they've got, like, you add, Pybron to the defensive line, and you have the Weeks brothers. Tate, you've been out to practice. You've kind of seen the defensive back group, probably the one that I've heard you talk the most about, the one you've been most excited about. Who can be that guy back there? Because I think you need a guy like Flynn's describing on all three levels. Like Blake's defense, that's what it is. Like it needs that aggressive nature to it. So who can be that guy in the back end?
The aggressive nature, for me, it's A.J. Halsey. I mean, he's laying the wood every practice. Mentor Delane, same thing. As far as a leader in that room, though, Ashton Stamps doesn't come off the field a whole lot, and he's entering his third year pretty much as a starter on this team. So, I actually think there's options in the secondary.
Then also you've got Harold Perkins, who's playing the star position that can kind of be described as a hybrid safety linebacker position. And for him, I think it's about striking the fear in offenses like he once did. Like whatever his role ends up being, we talked about it in length last week. He has to be the person that when you're game playing, because he's been that in his career, it's like, all right, where's number 7 at? Where is he lining up? And I think the best case scenario is you can't pinpoint where he's going to line up. Like everything's going to be a little bit different. Like if you just line him up in the same spot every time, then I think you're doing his skill set a disservice. And that's at any position. Like he has shown that he can play multiple things, and I'm excited to see how they utilize him in every down situations. Like what does it look like on first and second down, on third down? Does he move to a true edge rusher position? Are you still going to keep him at the star position and then you're going to bring 4 from the weak side? Like what's it going to look like from him?
Yeah, because if you do it right, it's going to be really good, right? If you do it wrong, it's just going to be meh. Like it's been the last couple of years. You're going to see the flashes, you're going to see the sparks, but you're not going to get his full ability, because if you find the way to utilize his full ability, it's special, man. It is so special. And so that's the job that Blake Baker and the staff have to do. But they got the pieces. They got more pieces around him.
Yeah. Right.
So they have more pieces. So hopefully they can get him isolated on some blockers this year. But if they find that's the puzzle piece we're talking about. He is the ultimate puzzle piece.
Yeah.
The golden puzzle piece, whatever you want to call it. Like, if you find a way to make it fit, it's really, really special.
I think you're talking about potentially 20 to 25 spots on the total defense list if Harold Perkins is a star this year. And I'm not talking about the star position. I'm just talking about a star of college football. You could be talking about the difference between a top 15 defense and a top 40 defense.
Yeah, let me tell you, like when we talk about South Carolina, we say if Lenore Sellers is in the Heisman running, that means they're having a really good year.
Yeah.
If Harold Perkins is on an All-American trajectory, if he's a special player that everybody's talking about, LSU football team is going to be a top 5 team at the end of the season.
I think you can make the argument that Harold Perkins is the most important non-quarterback in the country. You can go across, you can talk receivers, you can talk running backs, offense, defensive line. There's some other people that certainly would be up for this category. But just like Flynn said, if Harold Perkins in November is being talked about as an All-American, LSU's in the playoff discussion and one of the top 10 teams in the country, and I don't think it's close.
I think if he's in that talk like we think he can be, if they figured out the way to use him, because he's got an opportunity with all of these quarterbacks that we're facing this season that are mobile, able to run, like he's got a chance to flash a lot this year. We're a top 5, top 3 team at the end of this season. We are in the SEC championship if he's doing those things.
All right, we will take a break. More OTB when we come back. Actually, let's do this so we can get some questions in. When we come back, OTB Mailbag. Go ahead, inside the Bayou 4 chat. Get your questions in. We'll spend the next segment answering as many as we can, and we'll do it right here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
All right, go to getgordon.com. That is the website for Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. You can have a conversation with them right there on the homepage. Also on the homepage, you can check out past client results, cases they can handle for you in the courtroom. You know they're always on social media. At Get Gordon is going to be that handle throughout the state of Louisiana. Flynn, give me a city.
Oh, man, I just went straight to Bunkie, but we've already said that one. Oh, that's on me.
You're awful at
New
this
Iberia.
game. Taylor, give me a city.
Huh?
What?
Arnellville.
Alondra, give me a city.
I can't.
Don't know where I can is, but Gordon probably knows because it is your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. No matter where you're at throughout the state, it can be in Bossier City, it can be in Rayville, it can be in DeRidder, it can be in Leesville, it can be
George.
anywhere. New Roads, it can be literally anywhere in Louisiana. They are going to help you out. Get Gordon and get it done.
Get Gordon.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Shots ring out. A stranger cries, screams out loud. I had my world was strapped against my back. I held my hands, never knew how to.
This is probably their best one.
Here we go. Sports!
Nah.
I like it. That's all that really matters. Self-confidence.
All right, here we go. Let's get into a little OTB mailbag.
Special delivery! I have this special delivery for Off the Bench. And look, it is marked most urgent.
We'll be writing to you.
The internet. What the is the internet?
Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Offensively, would the LSU tight ends have the ability to do what Mason Taylor did for Nuss? It's a different group. Bauer Sharp's been somebody that they continue to brag over and over. Trey'Dez Green's going to be somebody that certainly is identified as a tight end, but he's going to line up all over the place. Now, Mason Taylor was a second-round pick for a reason. Mason Taylor was the ultimate security blanket. I'm not going to come up here and pump sunshine and say that that's going to happen. I have to see it. But they went out, got 2 players out of the portal, another year of developing for Trey'Dez Green. They've got candidates, but I'm not going to come up here and say that they for sure have a Mason Taylor.
Yeah, no, you're not going to replace a Mason Taylor. Are you going to have weapons at tight end? Are you going to find ways to use them? Yes, you better. For the offense, if you're going to try to get a running game established, play action game established, and you have so much talent at wide receiver, yeah, but just because we have 8, 9 good wide receivers doesn't mean we're going to be the 2008 Texas Tech Red Raiders. Like, we are going to run an offense that's going to highlight the running back, highlight blocking, so we need a tight end that's going to be able to block, and we have the gamut. But, of course, Mason Taylor's second-round pick. You're not going to replace that guy, but our tight ends will make big impacts this year.
Tate Alondra, you want to answer that one at all? No, that
I think so too. I think Bauer Sharp looks really good out there. He also was like freak of the week during the preseason, and I think
and
that's
not like
a really
a Diddy
good
freak of the week, like a weight room freak of the week.
Weight room freak of the week. I mean, you're throwing some crazy
that's crazy to say that about Bauer
Easy
Sharp.
on the
I know
baby
you're a
oil.
cousin.
Bauer, okay? We're good. We're tight. No, depth-wise, this tight end room is better than it was a year ago, in my opinion. Just top to
Depth-wise,
bottom.
yeah.
Now, like, Mason Taylor was such a good security blanket, but what made him so great was that Nussmeier had confidence in him and had a connection with him. Like, who's to say he can't do that with the Bauer Sharp or the Trey'Dez Green? It's going to look a little different. They're going to line up in a few different spots, but, I mean, I got confidence in them because I think both those guys are really, really good.
Who can step up to me and be that safe? Like, I don't think Mason Taylor's ever dropped a pass in his life. So, like, it's such a good safety blanket to have that guy there. You know you're going to catch it. Like, even if you don't make a perfect throw, he's going to reach down and catch it below his knees. Like, it's just who can step up and be a really good safety blanket for him.
Yeah, because, I mean, look, you had one here. You had our guy, Dick Dixon. Like, it's just like when you have that tight end that you know you can count on, it just completely changes your outlook. So.
But Trey'Dez looked really good in the bowl game.
Yeah.
At the end of the season.
For sure. And I think, like, you know, he's playing basketball as well. That's a lot, man. I don't know how anybody plays 2 sports. And he was playing basketball, and I think now, like, honing in year 2, focusing on football, he is going to be. Look, there's a reason he's one of the best players in the country when he came out of high school.
Well, and so many people want to ask, like, hey, who's the 3 starting receivers? And I go out there at 11-11. Most of the time it's only 2 because Bauer Sharp and Trey'Dez Green are on the field at the same time.
Yep.
Like, both of those guys are going to play
personnel.
a lot.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Alondra
12 personnel.
knows
Let's go.
Ball. Let's see. Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Can Flynn explain the difference between OTB Mailbag and Ask the Bench?
Yeah, it's easy. It's a different drop.
I can tell you the difference. We have time to do Mailbag, and Ask the Bench we don't.
Fair.
That's the difference.
That's a good point.
Segment name is different.
Yep.
Music's different.
Yep.
Music's
a lot
a
of
little bit
Actually,
different.
it's a lot.
There's
Everything's
no
different.
imaging.
Everything
for Ask
about
the
it is a
Bench.
difference.
Yeah,
It's
like
true.
if y'all are listening out there and y'all haven't like stepped in and joined us on YouTube, like go
What are you doing?
open it up on YouTube, get your little screen name, sign in, and interact with us. Come give us some questions.
Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Did BK holding us out of practice to move the betting line for the LSU fans to take all of FanDuel's money? I did go up half a point for Clemson. It went from 4 to 4.5 over the last couple of days.
Take it easy, Shohei.
Shohei, man, we got to talk about that a little bit later.
Nothing will happen to him.
I don't know what's going on with that guy.
Are they Venmoing? Do you think they're Venmoing their bets?
They are.
Put in the exact game that they bet on right there.
Sports
even
betting,
putting, like,
UCLA
what
versus
versus-
USC.
There's no way that story's wrong.
That's hilarious.
I don't know if you're afraid to bring that one up or not.
Which
What?
one?
Which one?
The most recent story.
Mateer?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll bring that
Oh.
up. Yeah, we got that. It's
There's
coming
no
up.
way that story's true.
It's
just
coming up in
because
hour
of the
3.
screenshots. Stay tuned for that.
Kind of hope it is, though.
Heck, do you?
Oh, yeah.
That's fun.
Let's see. Hashtag
Good
OTB
drama.
Mailbag. Do we have any special plans for Football Fridays or nah? Any remotes planned? We got a couple things that we're working towards. I've already secured my end of it, so Flynn's just got to pull his weight. A very fun, I think, Friday football segment. We've talked about doing some remotes. I'm always game to do whatever.
There's a remote.
We can do it.
Yeah, we got one.
29th.
Yeah, I think the opening week. And so
Yeah.
half microphones will work. We'll travel.
There's going to be hot takes made every week. Perfect gambling bets.
If you want OTB at your business the Friday before a football game,
There you go.
hit me up. We can make
There
it
you
happen for a price, but we can make it happen.
That's right.
Yeah, you just
we
gotta-
ain't no amateurs.
You just got to get your part of the Friday quad box figured out. I got mine.
Yours is easy.
How's mine easy? Mine
Bobby's
literally-
basically begging to come on our show.
Mine is literally a host and a business owner and the mayor of Columbus. Like they call him the mayor in the facility.
Who apparently has all the time in the world. He's just at Ohio State's facility all day long. With his meta glasses, which are awesome.
All I'm saying is I've got
Love
my
Bobby.
part figured out.
That Joe Burrow gave him.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's true. Hashtag OTB Mailbag. How much of the playbook do you think teams like the Saints have installed up to this point?
The first page for the Saints. That's it.
Let's see. The whole offense has been installed at this point.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, the whole offense gets installed within the first 2 weeks, probably the first 10 days. There's usually like 10 installed days.
Yep.
However, it's the foundation of your entire offense, the entire foundation of your entire defense. Now, when you start game planning, wrinkles get added based on film and weaknesses you see in the defense of the opponents, but it's all goes back and the foundation is already put in. Now, when you go into a week 1 of preseason, you might only say, all right, coaches, your game plan for week 1 of preseason is day 1 and 2 install only. Okay? And then you go into week 2. All right, coaches, installs 1 through 4 are open for your game planning. And then it goes from there. So I think clearly on the offensive side of the ball, watching the Saints, they were really simple. Like, look, there's a lot of shifts and motions, but they didn't run many different formations. They ran probably 10 different plays out of the same formation, shift, motion. Yeah. You're not going to see that in a normal game plan. It's just they're sticking to their day 1, day 2, day 3, maybe installations for those game plans. They're not game planning a defense. So when you get into the season, you'll see different wrinkles, different plays, but that foundation is already set and installed as of right now, like it or not.
And each week, the game plan is going to change.
Oh, yeah.
Like based off the opponent. Now, will you add new things per week? Yes, but it's kind of based off what Flint's talking about. It's kind of based off your principles of the install that you put in.
Yep.
Like it's going to be the same bunch formation, but maybe it's a different run.
Yep.
Or maybe these two guys are blocking assignment switches because they like this matchup a little bit better. But the offense is in. Like you're not going to get too many. Again, like every week's going to bring something a little bit different, but it's not like if you're thinking they go in every week and be like, all right, wipe everything off that board. We got the Panthers this week. Here's what it's going to be. It's not like that. It is, hey, here's what we like from what we do against the Panthers this week.
Yep.
And you pull from that.
And like you can run the same play. Let's take a running play. You can run the same running play 20 different times, and it never looks the same. Like you can do different formations, different motions, different personnel. Like there's a lot of different ways. And like Jake said, you're going to game plan based on the weaknesses you see in the opponent, and you might install a completely new play you've never run before. You might install that because you saw a team 2 weeks ago versus the opponent you're about to face score a touchdown on it because they exploited a weakness. So you'll see that. But when and then in down in distances and in situations, you always revert back to your day 1, day 2, day 3 install, like 2-minute drives. That stuff's installed day 1. Everything you do in 2-minute drives on defense and on offense. You're not drawing up anything new. So it's all base principles. You're facing base defenses and you're running base offensive plays. It's just who can execute.
So I don't know if that made you feel better or worse.
So how do we feel, Saints fans? Let's go.
I don't know if that made you feel better or worse.
Hey, I can guarantee you negative Nick Underhill's coming on later on in the show. We'll see what he says.
Man, you just called him.
I called him. It's not gossip. I called him to his face last week.
No, but I think he's very,
He was real sad last
very
week.
truthful.
He was
in his
sad. But it hurt. He was
Vibes
truthful.
were low last week.
It hurt him to be truthful.
Yeah.
Which made him sad.
I feel the same way that I've felt the past couple seasons. I think we're about to have the same season for the third season in a row. Like we're just in this perpetual. We're just not gonna be good, but win enough to not be the first pick in the draft. So I know it's preseason and it doesn't really matter.
I feel like I've always been the first person to step up and hate on him a little bit. Yeah. But you know what? I think they're gonna do some positive things this year.
Okay.
They're gonna every now and then during the season, Saints fans are gonna nod their head and just say, "Not bad."
Some building blocks.
Not bad.
Stuff to build on for the future.
Like
not
how it's
bad,
been, though.
Saints.
All right, let's take a break because there's actually some more questions that I want to get to inside the Bayou 4 chat. So we'll finish hour number 2 getting to your questions. We'll have Nick Underhill, New Orleans Football, kick off hour number 3. Stay locked in here to OTB.
Off the bench.
That was a rhyme. I see you. I see you over there on the turntables.
Poet, and you didn't
go
know
to centralplumbing.org. Remember, it is throughout the greater Baton Rouge area. It is not just in Central. If you have an issue, they will be there 24/7, weekend, game day, holiday, does not matter. They are there for you. But Flynn's going to tell you about that in the phone number. I'm going to tell you about they can remodel. Right? You're talking about your home, your business, whatever it might be. They can come in, they can remodel. If it's a vanity, if it's a brand new shower, new tile, new whatever, doesn't matter how many restrooms you have in your office, they can help you out. Centralplumbing.org.
Yeah, that 24/7 emergency service is so powerful, and it's such a comfort to know that you have a company here that will do that. So numbers 225-925-8552 anytime. Whatever, middle of the night, on a holiday, whatever. If you have an issue, call them. All of your plumbing needs, centralplumbing.org.
I had no choice but to hear you. You stated
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
about it. You treat me like I'm a princess. I'm not used to like that. You ask how my day was. You've already won me over in spite of me. And don't be alarmed if I fall.
All right, welcome back in OTB 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge. Let's get to some more of your questions. Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Did you know Billy Bob got up to 508 pounds and sadly passed away in 2016 at just 45 years old? Sadly, Nook, I did know that.
R.I.P.
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob, Reggie Ray.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Very true. Hashtag OTB Mailbag. Is the O-line, air quotes here, gelling an actual thing with regard to run blocking, or are they just getting beat by a better interior defensive line? No, there's certainly something to that. It's just I'll speak from a fullback perspective, and maybe Matt has something different. Every tackle blocks on the edge different. Every guard pulls on a power or a counter different. I knew Chris Dillman, when he pulled, it was like a bat out of hell with the most aggression you could have. And Dillman was an all-pro guy for I think 2 or 3 years. I knew that about him. Mike Goff, who was our right guard, he was a slow puller. He liked to kind of figure it out a little bit. He didn't like to just go like a bat out of hell. He liked to read it a little bit more. So I had to take an extra step. Even on power, I would try to false step a little bit because I knew he was going to be a little bit different. And so you have to know that. You have to learn that. Tight ends, for sure. If you're combo blocking with a tight end on a stretch lead, well, Randy McMichael is going to block it completely different than Antonio Gates. And I have to know that as a fullback. And so I think for sure, the run game is you got to be in unison. We talked about it yesterday. 11 people have to be moving in the same direction. How many times have you seen a run where it's man, if that guy would have cut the backside off, that's a home run, hitting your head on the goalpost, but he doesn't, and you get tackled in the backfield.
That's why breaking down football is the greatest sport to break down, because it is the ultimate team sport. But at the end of the day, it's also a series of one-on-one battles all over the field, and you never know which play you're going to get which one, because let's take inside zone. Let's take a weak zone. if you get an under front, then the guard has a one-on-one block.
Yeah.
If you get an over front, then it's a combo block with the center, leading up to the mic or the Sam or whoever they want to lead up to. So like you have to be able to do both, and you can't just be great at one-on-one. You can't just be able to maul your guy because that they will just line up in a formation that doesn't allow you to do that. You have to be both good one-on-one. So just like so both parts of that question are accurate. They have to be able to beat the guy across from him one-on-one, but they also have to have such a great relationship with each other. That's why those like half line drills, whether it's pass protection or run blocking, those run like that is where you formulate the like you said, air quotes, gelling on how to read each other's body language, weight distribution, how they take on a step, on when the guard is going to pass off that backside shade to the center and take off. He can't leave him too early.
Yeah.
Or he doesn't have good leverage on him. So that's how that relationship forms.
I think I got to play maybe a little bit later on if we have time today that I kind of show you what we're talking about. And we'll have Nick Underhill, New Orleans Football, join us to kick off hour number 3 of OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to ktozblinds.com. That's ktozblinds.com. That is a website for K to Z interiors and outdoor living. Go to that website today. Find the contact information in Baton Rouge, in Lafayette, on the North Shore, top right corner of the website. They're going to come out and they are going to see your space, know your space better than you do in like 10 minutes. And that is factual. They've done it for me. They'll do it for you as well. And what I mean by that is they're going to know like exactly what you need and where you need it. It'll blow you away. And also like when you're choosing like a color for like even something as easy as like a Roman shade, like you think you have an idea, you don't. They're going to come in, they're going to have the book out. Brandon's going to turn to the right page in about 10 seconds and boom, there you go. You've got the perfect color for your shades. Interior, outdoor living, they can do it all. They can do it both at the same time. Incredible customer service. ktozblinds.com.